Josh suggested, and our friends over at Image, and what is it? Synergy, I think it's the imprint on their image.
I
Um,
don't know.
to check out the book called Moonshine Bigfoot #1. This is, as far as we know, scheduled to come out April 23rd, but then we did not see. I don't know, like it. I didn't see it on our folder. I don't know exactly if the date has changed or not, because
Coming out soon.
the comic we originally wanted to do did get delayed, so we'll probably do that one later on, which sucks because Earth Day is this upcoming week, and that's why they were
Right.
going to release it that day. If you haven't put it together, we were going to try to do Captain Planet #1 from Dynamite, but instead we pivoted to Moonshine Bigfoot #1. This is written by Mike Marlowe and Zach Howard, with art by Steve Ellis, colors by Nelson Daniel, and letters by Thompson Knox. And it follows the story of in Buzzard County in 1981. Moonshine Bigfoot spends his day making a living while outwitting clueless cops, reckless rivals, and buffoonish Bigfoot hunters. All this hunky dory until he draws the attention of an Illuminati esque cabal with his partner in life and crime, Amethyst. Our hairy hero is about to learn that some problems can't be handled by jumping them in a souped up Mac 1. Look, I haven't watched a lot of Dukes of Hazard, but I imagine this is the feeling that you would get watching, like reading this book.
Oh
That's
yeah.
kind of the feeling that you would get watching that series. Oh,
Yes.
that
It
Bigfoot
is.
at it again.
It is straight up. Okay. The best way, first of all, I love this. And the best way I can describe it is Tank Girl in America based on Dukes of Hazzard. Because it also has like a really great Tank Girl feel to it as well,
Yep,
right?
yep.
But
I want
instead
to
of
know
being
how many people under the age of 30 caught any of those references.
I know, right? I'm just making up words at this
I
point.
think Tank Girl, the movie is a kind of a cult classic. So hopefully a few more people than you think maybe caught
Yeah,
on to that.
I hope so. But what I was not expecting, and it's funny, like I only saw the cover and the name of this when I threw it in our list to read. I had very low expectations, and by the end of page 2, I'm like, holy shit, this is great. I'm in. Like the idea of taking the Dukes of Hazzard and making it about a Bigfoot moonshine maker that again feels very Tank Girly. Was just like how those elements are brought together and work is beautiful.
It helps keep them southern in this kind of weird southern kind of, trashiness kind of whatever.
Yeah.
But it takes out all the racism of the Dukes of Hazzard. Like it removes all of that. So it was very smart.
Even if it
if
was
you wanted to
subtle
do
racism, yeah, right.
Yeah, it still has the nods of like, because you're still in the
Yeah.
South and it's just kind of unavoidable.
Yeah.
But there's still those kind of echoes from like the television show that are there.
The narrator,
Well,
star it was Waylon Jennings.
I don't remember who it was.
Oh,
but like the cops, the kind of the Keystone-y cop kind of like sheriff and whatnot. And the fact that he's a moonshiner. But this was like at some point in the book, he goes to like a little hideout bar, and there are cameos, pop culture cameos galore, and I'm like, this is too much even for me. Like I'm just like I recognize some of these. Poor Big Bird. But some of those, I'm like, I feel like these are people I should maybe I'm not understanding who these caricatures are and stuff.
There was Evil Knievel. I'm pretty sure I saw the Fall Guy in there. I could be wrong.
BJ and the Bear, the
BJ and the Bear. Yeah, again, very very 80s kind of.
Mac from Mac and Me, Mac Alien.
Oh, I missed Mac. Holy shit, that's hilarious.
There was just like there was a whole bunch of just weird random like whatever, but and it's definitely one of those comics you can tell like the writer was like big into just like a bunch of just pop culture stuff thrown at him
Yeah.
from like the 80s and stuff.
Mhm.
Because the main villain also kind of ends up looking sort of like Cobra Commander.
Kind
a
of,
little bit.
Much
Yeah.
like Cobra Commander, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it goes a lot of different places.
it looked to me like the villain from Gotcha Man. I don't remember. I forget what they
Mhm.
were called, and
Oh, right.
which they're back, right? Like they're back in. I think Dynamite or Mad Cave has their
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was like a mashup between
yeah.
Cobra Commander and them. So
So I will say, because Josh, I think when you proposed this, you were curious to think what I was gonna think of it, because a lot of I mean, all those cameos you guys mentioned, they definitely went in over my head. I was just like, oh, this is a really cool bar where there's a lot of different looking people, and that's why he likes to go there, because he doesn't stick out, right? He even mentions that. I like this book. I think it's a very well put together book. Like the story flows very nicely. I love the pacing because you're kind of like pedal to the metal from the get go. The
right.
art
Literally.
is very cool. I love the design of like a Bigfoot that is got this like I don't know, uh, couldn't care less attitude with the tank top and the sunglasses. Um, all that being said, this is not up my alley. Like as far as things that I would enjoy. So I don't think I'll continue to read this, but it was very interesting to catch all that and just see like, oh, this is how, even if I'm not familiar with all this stuff, like the book just works, right? The
Yeah.
chase
Yeah.
is interesting. Uh, there's so much cutting back and forth between like all the like the police and the hunters, and then just like this other individual that kind of comes back all at the end to tie the
Yeah.
story up and really kick off. Yeah, it feels like they really spent, like if there was a TV show, like they spent all the money on the pilot, and then we're gonna hopefully get picked up, and here we go, right? Because they threw everything. It feels like they really threw everything at this first issue.
Oh yeah.
I really like how casual the conversations with his girlfriend, where it's like, like they're just talking about dinner all while trying to escape, and she's doing her nails on the car. But that felt very like the Tarantino movie, that what is it, Death Trap, Death Wish, no, Death Trap, I think it's called,
Yeah.
where they're in the car, the girls are in the car, and then that dude ends up chasing, the stunt driver's chasing them. So I was like, oh, this also has a little grindhouse feel to
Mhm.
to it. So yeah, I thought it was fun to read, but I just don't see myself putting this closer to the top of the pile, and I feel like I might revisit this when it's done, especially if you guys say like, oh, I think it's really good, if you guys continue to read it. But I had a good time. I'm glad you picked it. It's so colorful too. Like,
Oh, it is. Yeah.
oh my god, there's so
Well,
much detail.
I did immediately. I read the preview copy and then opened up League and added it to my pull list. So I will definitely be buying it.
Yeah, whenever it does eventually come out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay.
Nice.
Any last thoughts on Moonshine Bigfoot number
Moonshine
one?
Bigfoot. It was great. I did like that because early on there's a moment where they make a big jump, as one does, a la Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend is painting her nails with her foot up on the hood, not the hood, the dashboard. And at first it's like, well, how is she doing that? And then he makes a comment about it, and I was like, all right, that's fine. At least acknowledge it. So,
Practice.
yeah.
Practice. Cool. All right. Well, thanks. Yeah, if this sounds up your alley, like I feel like you should check it out for sure. If you like any of those things that Josh kind of mentioned, this book is feels like a hodgepodge of, like, just check it out. Or if I'm not familiar with anybody in the team really, like the creative team.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of those.
So yeah, we'll see. But okay. Well, thanks to Image and Syzygy, I want to say, for letting us check this out. Oh no, Syzygy Publishing. Yikes! Is that a word I should know?
I've never heard
Let
of
us
it.
know down in the comments. All right.